Join us and discover beautiful beaches, rugged landscapes, pretty towns, desolate mountain ranges that sweep down to stunning lakes, unique architecture, history and folklore, no shamrocks, no shillelaghs, and definitely no shenanigans, just naked Ireland. Today we're visiting the Crumlin Road Gaol, or as we call it, the Crum. The jail was actually called HMP Belfast, but this is the Crumlin Road, and obviously that's lent its name to the jail. You can see the former Courthouse, the grand but derelict building on the left, and then facing it on the right we have the old Victorian jail, constructed in 1846. There's a tunnel running under the road here that was used to take remand prisoners directly from the jail to face their fate in the courtroom. As we enter from the side of the jail, you get some idea of the security that existed here. Even by prison standards, the Crum would have had to be doubly secure because of the role it played in incarcerating paramilitary prisoners during the Troubles. IRA leader Martin McGuinness, later Northern Ireland's Deputy First Minister, notorious UDA member Michael Stone, and the Republican hunger striker Bobby Sands all spent time in here, along with many other paramilitaries. And going back further, in 1924, Eamon de Valera spent a month in solitary confinement here after being arrested for entering Northern Ireland illegally. He was later to become Ireland's Taoiseach. Now, the prison closed in 1996, and it's now a museum and events venue. And it's to see a concert that I'm visiting this evening, so we'll be able to get inside and see a bit of the old Victorian architecture. It's a Grade A listed building, and you can see there's lots of other people here for the same reason. You might be surprised to learn that the prison was designed by Charles Lanyon, architect of the Queen's University Lanyon building, amongst other notable Belfast constructions. The design was partly based on HMP Pentonville. It was built to house around 475 prisoners, but at a Red Cross inspection in 1971, while the place was used to intern prisoners without trial, they found 864 inmates. It would be pretty bleak if you'd been innocently interned here, as many people were, and had to live in those conditions. We're heading now to the main entrance of the prison. This is where it all starts to look a bit more like a theme park and less like a prison. You'll notice the touristy signage and the new glass entrance added to the gate lodge, for example. But you still get a feel of the robustness of the place with its severe and thick basalt stone walls. But it's great to see this building. It was such a dark place in the past, being enjoyed now in its new capacity by Belfast citizens and tourists from all over the world. We're now looking at the Governor's Corridor, but first, let's look at the renovated gate lodge, designed now presumably to welcome people rather than to put the fear of God in them. As we walk through, you get a really good view of the courthouse opposite. But as I mentioned earlier, prisoners would have been taken through the tunnel for their court appearances. As we round the corner past the cafe, it's difficult to imagine the incarcerated having the use of these picnic tables to eat their lovely sandwiches. This prison was built to replace Carrickfergus prison, and in 1846 the first inmates, who were men, women and children, were marched in chains from Carrick to their new home here in the Crum. Many convicts were guilty of little else than having stolen some food, incarcerated effectively for being poor. The jail also conducted executions and had a gallows installed for this purpose. In total, 17 people were executed here in the prison's history, the last being in 1961. We're now in what's known as the Circle, the entrance to the prison's four wings. As you can see, it's nicely lit tonight for this evening's concert, and the audience is gathering in expectation. While it's an austere place, there's also a beauty in the ironwork on the landings and the plastered archways. The Victorians were great builders. Leaving the concert at the end of the night, I have to reflect on the atmosphere a venue like this has. Please like and subscribe if this has been useful, and I'll see you very soon in the next Naked Ireland video.